Properties. Stupid OBS. Anyway. Hello everybody, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 4. We've got the winner's bracket round 3 for you today. It's TheSaltySponge versus MrMario7788. Commentating for us, we have August 40th and Joe Dies at the End, and our trackers are K Next Door and Purple. Say hello everybody.
Hey, welcome to ZSR2.
Hello everyone! I hope you're all hyped for this race, because I know I am. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. How about you, August?
Absolutely. We have TheSaltySponge, winner of Speed Gaming Live 2020 versus MrMario7788, top contender since from Season 3 as well as Random Settings League Seasons 1 and 2. Also not a stranger to the multi-world and co-op tournaments we've had here on ZSR. So two very well-known runners if you've been following us on ZSR here.
Both of them had amazing runs through the bracket so far. They're just constantly proving why they're at the top. This is such a hype race, and this should be great. And we're about to start in about 5 seconds. You can't get much more vanilla than that.
Fortress is Way of the Hero.
Bottom of the well, Way of the Hero. Horseback archery, dead. Well, 1500 anyway.
Yep, so not a very spicy start here for Season 4 with the random spawns on, starting just outside the vanilla location. So these runners both are neck and neck backwalking the adult Kakariko village.
Yeah, the only difference was Mr. Mario had a millisecond of trouble trying to talk to one of the gossip stones, but otherwise they're almost side by side.
Yeah, we are going to see some great executions. These runners have some tremendous knowledge of the game, of logicking things out. They won't really be too concerned with following logic, as we find some fire arrows which aren't going to do us any good without a couple of other items.
Hey, some blue potion. That gives us a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, bottles are nice early on if you need to do some skill farming. That can be one source of bottlenecks here.
Whoa, okay.
Find an early bow.
And some early money. That's not bad. Now, we're going to get 2 songs right off the bat, because we do start with ZL, so we have access to the composer's grave as well. Oh, make that
right.
3 songs, as Bolero gives us another access to another.
Well, yeah, as you said, we're going to be picking up an extra song. Season 4 starting off with that Zelda's Lullaby check in Hyrule Castle off the board. And starting off with ZL, we're likely to be picking up a warp song, Bolero one of them. Let's see if these runners choose to jump into the Royal Tomb as an adult. Oftentimes see runners choose to wait as child to do that flame storage trick.
Well, we'll see. Since we got the bow so early, we open up adult archery here. We got a couple checks. You never know. They might just pull off an early magic somewhere so that they can go in with those nice flame arrows.
True, very true. Could just be in logic.
Well, it doesn't look like archery's going to give it to us.
That would be quite the little hand-holding from the Randobot seed giver. You know, hey, here's all the stuff to do this check in the Royal Tomb.
And Sponge picks up his fire arrows. Now he has the bow, Mr. Mario does not. Although if you equip the fire arrows, he'll hold the bow, but you can't actually draw it because you don't have a quiver, so...
Alrighty, a minuet. So very nice warp access here from Kakariko Village.
Giving us access to 5 songs right off the bat. This is just a song seed to go.
Let's see what the crater and meadow hold for us. But we're gonna
I'm
still
sure
need
Mr.
to
Mario is going to
visit.
clear out CAC first.
Oh yeah. No, I was just about to say we still need to visit our favorite Grandpa here in Hyrule.
Mr. Mario checks the crate. Looks like a blue rupee to me.
Yep, I concur. Put your guesses in chat. Just one race apiece with these Season 4 settings. If it's good enough, that is. Although I highly doubt racers of this caliber are going to get up all the way there with anything less than 60 seconds.
Oh, Sponge takes a body shot, but
Yeah, they can take one or two.
actually, even with that, Sponge is probably still going to have the better time. Yeah, he's going to have the better time, even with only taking one shot. Even with taking that shot. Mr. Mario had a little bit of a difficulty, but he should be able to... Yeah, he's good. And Team Never Buy a Shield paying off. Yes! Saving those rupees.
Salty Sponge with 5-second better race. Let's see if he continues that throughout the seed. But, right, chat, we're just 5 minutes in. We're in it to win it, and likely to be in it for a couple hours here. I guess at minimum a couple hours. Although a sub 2-hour seed would be super hype.
Especially with these two. Oh, like we come down to the wire, I bet, too. But we haven't seen too much in terms of sub 2 this season, so I think adding in Ganon's Castle has kind of caused the seeds to run just a little bit longer on average, but a little bit shorter in total. So
Not much here from Adult Kakariko. Looks like Salty Sponge deciding to warp from the tomb.
now he's doing Sticker Forest Meadow first. I'm a little surprised. I would have thought they would play Bolero and then warp out of Bolero.
Well, I think he wants some hints here in the meadow.
I think that said Composer's Grave is a bow, so doing it as adult paying off.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous hint stones. Come on, game.
Plunder
There we
Market
go.
is foolish. Okay.
That's a great hint. I like given their route so far. There's our second hint for Bottom of the Well Way of the Hero.
We still got to find that Storms. That's going to be super important, but...
And I think I do like this play from Sponge, right? Mido's house, he's got 4 checks here. Maybe looking for hover boots or hook shot. There's some pizza.
Here's hoping for that hook shot. We can... Everyone wants to see early hook shot, but no, we're just going to get a wallet and money to put in the wallet. That's it.
Alright, yeah, so now he's gonna warp to Bolero. We're gonna get some checks here from the volcano, the song, maybe see the wall. Maybe take a dip inside the fire temple. Salty Sponge is a player. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that. What is up there?
Is that Red Rupee? I think it's a Red Rupee. And Serenade. Okay.
Well, another warp song. Unfortunately, can't do anything in Serenade at the moment. No Scarecrow.
Well, considering our adult spawn, that's might as well be a prelude. So that's okay. That's not something you'd hate to.
Yeah, but a little surprise Sponge not jumping in a fire, knows nothing about its stoner medallion. Meanwhile, here we have Mr. Mario, who has gone up Death Mountain Trail, missed whatever was on top of the Dodongo's Cavern, assuming it was nothing. But he's inside, opening up that shortcut, and he's gonna stop little rolling Link the Goron. Sponge checks the pedestal. I saw Deku, Dodongo's Shadow, I think, and Jabu.
Yeah, so it looks like Deku for Forest, Dodongo has Fire, Baronade has the Spirit Medallion, Shadow on Volvagia, and Bongo Bongo has our Water Medallion.
Alrighty, so we have some child-heavy dungeons, and I hope people in chat recognize what that means, at least to me. And especially bottom of the well way, the hero. I want to see some bunny hoods.
Oh, we need to see some bunny hoods. Come on. The only problem is we don't know our child spawn. I don't think Sponge just warped over here, so...
Yeah. Making use of both that Market Baron hint, Market is a foolish choice, as well as that 99 rupee wallet. He's taken over the Lon Lon Ranch. Ooh, Mr. Mario getting paid out, though.
Oh, Link to Goron with the little stabby boy.
That's useful.
Yeah, that just makes... That opens up Deku. Well, actually, it opens up Deku. It doesn't technically put in logic, but it is important to have.
I mean, I think technically it does put it in logic because there's no logical way to get past Mido.
No, Goma's not considered beatable in the game's logic without a slingshot.
Oh, without a slingshot. I got you.
Yeah. So we have access to the dungeon. We can full clear it. These runners can do it. It's very, very easy. But,
yeah, small caveat I often overlook. So Mario peeking at that wall, not interested, and picking up his Serenade. Let's see what he chooses to do. Sponge finds...
He's gonna minuet. There's no way he doesn't now. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's right. He hasn't gone to the Forest Meadow. But Sponge has found Requiem of Spirit. More to do as child. Once we
just
open.
This is the child seed, apparently. Yeah, Deku is huge though, because it is our Forest Medallion, so that is another song, and we know that we are on a hunt for Song of Storms right now.
That's right, you said it early on. This is a song seed.
But let's see if Requiem leads us to it, because even if you show up as a child, it still gives you a song.
Seed of song. An extra hint.
Prelude on Ocarina. Okay, I was getting a little worried, but that still means that there's a very good chance we have a Burning Cack or Ice Cavern. If this isn't Storm's Sun Song? Nope. Okay. So, we're running out of places for songs to be. We have Saria. Ice Cavern, Burning Kakariko.
I mean, yeah.
Am I missing anything?
I think you're not.
All right. Well, there's Saria's song, Vanilla.
Well, Saria's. Lots going on here in the early start of the seed.
So we can take a little bit of time to do some theory crafting. if it's way the hero on Burning Cack, it means that it wouldn't be a hook shot or bombs.
Have we seen Kakariko way the hero?
No, it's a Song of Storm. So I'm just theory crafting if it's Burning Kakariko for Song of Storms.
No, I would guess that just given how early we have that Kokiri sword into logic, Deku Tree, as you mentioned, has our Forest Medallion. I'm guessing Song of Storms is in our Temple of Time with progression to the next dungeon.
That would probably be a good if it's just on Prelude and it's a Jet Seed, then that could be it. But
yeah, there's a couple of checks here in the Lost Woods, especially an extra one with that Saria song. But not a whole lot for them to do at this point.
was that child spawn in Market? Did I miss that? Child spawn is in Market. They're both in Market. So Prelude is less than useless.
Oh, and we see the Skulk is almost giving us an inverted... Oh, well, they give us a very convenient slingshot.
Yeah, that's nice. Too bad Sponge doesn't have Kokiri Sword, but...
I'm gonna say the song they were teaching almost looked like an inverted Minuet of the Forest. There's some nuts.
And there's our one slingshot check. Gives us a single nut.
Good to get it out of the way early. No, don't come back.
Skull K giving some pointy sticks.
It's like Sponge safe scumming the money here. Very wise. 40's dead.
Well, gold rupee on Mr. Mario after he got the wallet, which is better than it was for Sponge, who got that gold rupee before that. So, didn't get much benefit out of it. Makes it a little bit easier to do the expensive checks later. Those stupid bombshoe bowling costing 30 rupees and having to do it twice. At least twice, actually. It could be way more than that if you're not too good at it.
It looks like Sponge now at Lake Hylia, interested in some fishing, setting up his Scarecrow song.
With this many warp songs, I don't blame him. It's a great time to do that.
Absolutely. We've had an action-packed first 15-16 minutes in. Starting off with ZL, Kakariko gave us both Minuet and Bolero of Fire. We saw a slight divergence after Adult Cack, TheSaltySponge choosing to warp and prioritize those song checks. Mr. Mario, with his bow that they both found in Kakariko, going up to Goron City, making sure to open up the shortcut in the Lost Woods and stop a little rolling link the Goron. Very slight divergence, but similar child pathing with TheSaltySponge with a ever so slight apparent lead. But we'll see how things even up as the seed progresses on.
Yeah, I think both riders are hoping to find a few bombs before they start making any dungeon commitments here. Just as quality of life gives you a little bit of extra play, but we're seeing Mr. Mario making his play now towards Lost Woods. So I would not be surprised to see him just take care of Deku now. Even without the bombs, I'm sure he can do the B1 skip without the bomb jump, so...
Well, and based on his routing, I think he might pick up his slingshot first. But he's also got 2 hint stones over there. Solid choice to take his little butter knife into the Deku Tree.
He's just ignoring those hint stones. He does not seem to care.
He
Oh wait,
might've
did he
got
check them
him-
as adult? Yeah, he checked them as
Yeah.
adult. Okay.
He must have. No one really skips over hints like that, unless you're like, I don't even think if you have a plan to go back later that you'd skip them. I don't think I would save any time.
Smart didn't go get his slingshot though. He just exited out of the Lost Woods and went right back in. He didn't care to do those child checks in Lost Woods.
It's true. I mean, in his mind, he might think he's got a greater chance of pulling out a slingshot or even explosives in the Deku Tree, as well as Mido's house. I don't think he's ventured in there yet.
No, he might be going right back now, using the Sunsong to warp back to the Lost Woods entrance. Yep, there he goes. Oh, never
thought
mind.
about it.
He's going to read the sign, make sure that that is indeed for the Lost Woods. Yeah,
Yep.
there he goes.
Live race atmosphere, kind of, it's got checks all over the place, and they're all pretty good. Meanwhile, the Salty Sponge, taking a left turn at Albuquerque. He's going adult here.
Okay, this is confusing. I'm not sure what his play is. He has a bow. Does he just want to just
Looks like
hit up
he's
some
reversing.
reversing? Just doing some GTG right off the bat? Just to buy some
It
bomb
looks like
shoes, I
it.
guess? That would make sense.
We didn't miss a GTG Way of the Hero hint, did we? I guess Fortress is Way of the Hero, right?
He doesn't have hovers or a hook shot, though, so Fortress, it doesn't give you any real access. He doesn't even have a bonus
Hyrule
zone to do horseback
Field.
archery.
Sorry.
Okay, Hyrule Field by the hero?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Mr. Mario finding that around the Deku Tree. As we puzzle through Salty Sponge's decision here to reverse Wasteland, assumingly gonna pick up his Gerudo Training Guard pass, Mr. Mario's taking us into the Deku Tree here.
Yeah, I could see this just being to buy bomb shoes. He has 200 rupees. Might as well do it.
That's what he's doing. Yep.
But this is a very long time commitment when he has checks that he hasn't touched yet.
I think at this point he's saying, you know what? I've got a bottleneck. At this point he's might be bottlenecked by little rolling Goron with the bow, and he said, you know, this is good enough. I don't screw that bottleneck. I'm just gonna break it here. I got a wallet. It's not a bad play.
I do like it. This is cool. We'll see how much this pays off. He's minuetting. So with bomb shoes, minuet is perfectly fast enough to get to Goron City.
Oh, he's got checks along the way to do as well. He's gonna bomb. Well, I guess he can't afford the scrubs now, but
with the way that this seed's been paying out, he'll probably find the money.
he might just go to Dodongo's Cavern, because how many times do you find explosives in Dodongo's Cavern or a strength upgrade?
A disproportionate amount.
Right? Clearing out the meadow first. Mr. Mario's reached the rooftop here in the Deku Tree. Looks like the Deku doesn't have any brains up here. Got a bundle of arrows.
Just arrows and recovery hearts so far.
Bloopy from the Wolf Oath, nothing much. Very dry seed early on. You know, bow, slingshot, fire arrows, a bottle. Don't open up a whole lot to you. Mirror
But a
shield,
mirror
also
shield
in
is
that
nice.
category. No, also in that
Yeah.
category.
It doesn't open up a lot, but
At this
you know what?
point,
Having a shield that you don't have to worry about getting stolen is a nice quality of life anyway. So
I suppose. Team never buy a shield. Strikes twice in one seed.
and a
Hey, there
big
we go.
Poe in a bottle for Sponge. Okay, that saves us any requirement for Epona, but we already know Market's barren, which is quite disappointing. You still have to turn that in now to empty out that bottle.
I mean, that would be an interesting bottleneck down the line, right? There's no sense that Mario's finding anything here in the Deku Tree. Well, that Mirror Shield doesn't do anything for him. So we might still be bottlenecked at some point here. So Sponge finding that big poke could be big. Let's see what the Goron Maze has for him.
I hate how easy Mr. Mario makes that look. I spent
There it is.
20 minutes yesterday trying to get it before I gave up.
But there we found it. Kakariko, Way of the Hero. Surprise, surprise.
Water is wet, fire is hot, and Kak is Way of the Hero.
We are with the Goma fight. Let's see how Mr. Mario handles this. And TheSaltySponge, I'm sure, handing in that Poe. No ghost busting for him today.
Did Sponge he safe scummed his shoes in Goron City without hitting Link to Goron?
Oh, yep, he did. As well as safe scumming that big Poe, and of course he would because the market is foolish. I feel like.
Alright. So, Miss Mario cleans out, just gets a mirror shield for all of his trouble for a stone spirit.
Yeah. More importantly, I want to see what's in the Temple of Time from that Forest Medallion.
Yeah, that's the big one here. That answers so many questions at this point, because otherwise we are bottlenecked behind 3 dungeons, or well, in this case 2 more dungeons, or Ruto's letter.
Yeah, there's a couple of one-off checks. We haven't seen Gerudo Valley, the open grotto in South Hyrule. They have Darunia open to him. I wouldn't be surprised if Mario takes a peek inside that, having opened up the shortcut. But TheSaltySponge says 26 minutes in, it's time to clear out a medallion dungeon. Got some bomb shoes to do it. Let's hope and pray that we find something good in here. Saving right there. So if he doesn't find anything on his first loop, he's likely to save scum some more.
So apparently Epona's was hinted on Prelude. I didn't remember seeing that hint.
Oh, is Epona's in the Temple of Time? That's horrible.
That is horrible. Yeah.
I mean, that helps out with our Gerudo Fortress Way of the Hero. It does give us progression in Way of the Hero locations. It's not terrible. But we were hoping Song of Storms is in our Temple of Time. So Prelude
this is putting some
on our Ocarina of Time.
So that means Nocturne has to be water, right? Ice Cavern
cannot be in Burning Kakariko.
Yeah, because you would need Nocturne to access it, so it would have to be in Ice Cavern, correct? Which means Song of Storms is Burning Cack.
Yeah, that is what deduction tells us today.
Okay. So, what does this tell us for what possibly is bottom of the well? Won't be hover boots. Won't be hook shot.
Won't be a bomb bag.
No, won't be bomb bag.
Our light arrows could be our...
Light arrows are not hinted Way of the Hero.
well, I guess it could be like strength 3 to get light arrows, maybe.
Strength
right?
3, strength upgrade is possible. Yes,
Or something.
could be
Dumb
hammer.
like iron boots
Could be
in
hammer.
the icy waters for our light arrows.
Yeah, could be irons. That's a possibility.
Irons, Rudo's boomerang. Interesting logical deductions, as we have seen Mr. Mario take a route down here to South Hyrule. Check this open grotto.
He was hinted way the hero for this, which Salty Sponge has not gotten that hint for yet. So he doesn't know that that clearing this field is very important.
Yeah, we know it's something useful here. Nothing useful so far in Dodongo's Cavern.
Let's see how far he takes
Ooh.
it. Oh, and there's our bomb, like pseudo bombs for now. This means that we're going to have some deep bomb bags.
It's hammer time. There's our eyeball frog. Have we seen a big Goron yet?
No, I don't believe we have. We don't have a big Goron hint. That is a terrible, terrible item to get too.
Well, he has wisely safe scummed those highly perishable frogs away. He's gonna open up the eye the fancy way, as Mario shows us, or ticks off some more checks here, here in Gerudo Valley.
Alright. Let's see if Mr. Mario gets ruined by this chicken, which I have seen happen to people in this race. Happens even to the best of us. Where for some reason that chicken just decides, I'm going to run off the cliff immediately. But no, we get a shirt. A shirt plus hammer, though, that gives us some progression way to head into fire.
Yep, Mr. Mario is continuing with some logical progression, picking up that butter knife, getting his forest medallion, has now stumbled onto his hammer. And I suppose, barring logical hover boots, he can clear out the fire temple and continue his path on logical progression. Meanwhile, we saw the Salty Sponge pick up that wallet and make a beeline for the bomb chew salesman in the desert.
So
he's also
just got
on pace.
Just got an interesting hint. 50 skulls is a bomb bag.
Okay, well, with that hammer, with that wallet, these guys don't need that.
Yeah, I don't think that that's going to be our progression.
Yeah, very, very unlikely. And
yeah,
even if it were the logical first, again, hammer and wallet, these guys aren't going to take the time, especially with 40 dead. They're not collecting it. No way, Jose.
No, they're definitely just going to they'll use bomb chews over and over again before they try to get 50 skulls just for a bomb bag.
Also, especially because the market is foolish. We don't need to do any bowling. So I think that's the one thing that bombs are absolutely required for. At least for these Season 4 settings.
So Sponge is doing the bomb chews strats for King Dodongo. Not even looking for a strength upgrade, he's just gonna use his chews that way.
Yeah, it's kind of risky. Might see him end up having to buy more chews sooner rather than he finds that hammer.
Yeah, he's not getting a Pona song unless he hits up Link the Goron right now. Which...
Yeah, well, ooh, there's magic. That's interesting.
Yeah, the chew strats for King Dodongo are kind of cool because you have to set up a standing jump off those bomb flowers in order to get the height to drop the chew into his mouth. It's really impressive. It's very hard to say who's winning. Mr. Mario did has a little bit more progression and a better straight path, I would say.
Yeah, it is very close. Just 33, almost 34 minutes into this, they've taken very different routes, even from the very get-go. And as you see, they've gotten their first medallions, or rather their second medallions, in completely different dungeons. And now they both have access to Ganon's castle. And that might be exactly where Mr. Mario is going.
He has access to just a few checks, but they're no, he has
Bolda.
progression to work through. So
Bolda O Destiny, Hyrule Field Way of the Hero.
yeah, with that adult, he can clear out everything on the field. So 1500 was hinted dead, but that does not rule out 1000.
Yep. You only have to do it once if you're good enough to get both prizes, but it's still 2 separate checks.
$1,500 is not a terrible hint because people struggle on that horseback archery over and over again.
It's only right. It's terrible in the sense that we have Gerudo Fortress's Way of the Hero.
Yeah.
And so, all right, great. We don't have to do 1500, but we're still doing horseback archery. These runners are still doing it. As TheSaltySponge is opening up that Rainbow Bridge.
Now, the medallion he has is out of logic right now. So everything he is doing is out of place. He doesn't know that he can do this. He doesn't logically have access to this. So, and hello coming from the Zelda Speedruns 1 channel. Welcome to our Season 4 upper bracket matchup between TheSaltySponge and MrMario.
Yep, and as you were saying right there, TheSaltySponge not one to really give two hoots and hollers about, you know, where's the logical bomb bag. He got his bomb shoes and he said that's good enough for me. This King Dodongo medallion is good enough for me. Let's see what's in Ganon's castle. Meanwhile, Mario found his logical butter knife, his logical hammer, and his Hyrule Field Way of the Hero hints. He's making strong plays and priorities for this info. And I mean, it's
you do not want to see more keys for Sponge. Is he gonna do the hookless strat for Spirit? I don't know.
That is always an interesting one. It's kind of cool. He's got Song of Time here. Unfortunately, right? Can he get the second chest in here without the hook shot? He's got Fire Arrows,
No,
magic.
you can't. I don't.
Ooh, silver scale from the scrub.
That's our logical child access to River, which we need in order to open up Ice Cavern. Ooh, Ice Cavern.
Need our letter first.
Well, we need our letter too, but like without bombs. This does open it up. Okay. It's not very often you see this approach for getting
Yeah, I know there's like a gazillion things that unlock this check. And this is like the bare bones of it, but it requires 3 items. Meanwhile, Mario taking opponent's song, he's hitting up that Fortress with Hero. well as clearing out Gerudo Valley. Shadow Trial not paying off for the Salty Sponge.
Gan's castle in general not paying off. It's going to be nice that he has blue fire ready, but
True.
again, he got rid of that big Poe bottle, so he's only taken one. Looks like he is going to hit up Spirit. Okay. Let's see if he, He's going for it.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do in a tournament setting. And he's committed to breaking logic, it looks like.
This is hype, guys. This is way out of logic, but this is so hype to see.
Although, you know, this is a dangerous room. Got these spike traps. That Beamos is not the friendliest of enemies.
Luckily, his respawn point is right there, so...
Luckily, he just has to
Oh, he
collect
missed
the
it!
rupees
Ah.
once.
This is so out of logic, but if this pays off, this could win him a race, so...
Yeah, I can't even say though, right? We haven't even found a Bomb Chew pack. He purchased his chews.
Yeah,
it.
so he reversed to get to this, so...
And normally I would say, right, if he'd found a pack and it was a 20 pack, right? First pack is logical. 20 if this chest is required, then it would be so much more of a strong play in my opinion. He's got this bow extension, no problem. As Mr. Mario gears up for his horseback archery, Gerudo Fortress Way of the Hero does not have access to the rooftop.
The easiest horseback archery he ever will have to do. Doesn't have to even hit 15.
I gotta fire those extra arrows. Like, can you give me less? Or maybe I shouldn't give the devs ideas.
Well, it's not horseback archery for our Way of the Hero.
It is not. Our Way of the Hero is
on
locked
the.
on that.
It's It's locked up top. So we need hover boots or a hook shot, and we're missing that pretty hard. Are we gonna see a GTG skip dip? I think we are. Okay.
Yeah, with that Song of Time, 6 checks in logic for us.
He set Pierre. He never reset Pierre. He never confirmed it as adult. But he doesn't have a hook shot, so it doesn't matter. He finds some titties in GTG though.
And more importantly, he's stronger because he's lugging around those heavy boulders.
So we got some nice strength upgrade. That puts a lot more in logic. That makes Dodongo significantly easier to do. You don't have to do that bomb chew strat on King Dodongo.
Honestly, the biggest thing that opens up for him is the spinning pump and Fire Temple. I guess now we can progress in Fire Temple logically past the elevator room.
And hover boots, so he can grab the thing right on the top. He's just going to book right out of here. No reason to stick around. Get the Way of the Hero on top. This seed is loving Mr. Mario right now. And Sponge is doing everything in such a roundabout way just because he doesn't want to shoot a little kid with the explosive.
I'm not sure that's quite his rationale for it. Mr. Mario gonna... he's gonna get his Way of the Hero with those hover boots.
Yes, he is.
Up here. There's
Rudo's letter. All right.
There's our Nocturne of Shadow access.
Yeah, that's our Nocturne. We found the scale before too, so that was also probably Way of the Hero for our Hyrule Field. We could confidently say that Fire Arrows wasn't our Way of the Hero. Well, we don't know 100% on that one in Kakariko. There is one check left that fire arrows could be for.
As we see SaltySponge trekking up Zora's River, let's say with that very profitable play up to GTG, Mr. Mario has taken a heavy lead, or a heavy swing into the lead.
But there's a hook shot in the river. You need to come back here as a child. Oh, I guess you don't. Okay, you could just do it. But he's going to get that later, too. So there's our first logical hook shot, which actually would have been there pretty early for these runners if they needed it.
Yeah, that is Sphere Zero here as an adult.
Yeah, okay.
So opens up a whole lot of the seed to him if they had just done the hype Zora's River play at the start.
That's not logic as an adult? That's considered a skip without hovers? Okay. So yeah, that's only in logic for Mr. Mario.
Really? Even from the hit stone? Okay. I won't argue with chat.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with Mr. Martin.
I might disagree.
I'm going to
with
listen
the
to Mr. Martin.
Settings. It's the chamber I would hold beef with.
Yeah. But Mr. Mario's going to go to river now. He's not going to go to river, actually, now that I think about it. He's just going to probably serenade and go straight into Zora. He's not... He's going to have to hit up river probably eventually. I would hope for him. Sponge playing for 50.
Yeah, I would think Mr. Mario might take his route from Domain through Zora's River, just to be efficient. Grab some hit stones he hasn't read yet, some checks he hasn't done. Doesn't have a hook shot, so might be thinking about beans here at the lake.
That is a good point. Beans at the lake would be a smart pickup, so that would bring him through the river.
Is Sponge going in here just for the Scotola, or is this skip allowed? Oh, he's got blue fire, that's right. Yeah. I was worried he was about to get disqualified.
No, we're not going to see any leap skips. It's unfortunately.
Ooh,
Water's foolish.
Temple. Yeah, that's a nice one. Stone Water Temple, foolish. Prelude of Light is our song, our Ocarina Time song. So very good combo right there. And we have a high five, just 7 years apart.
As Mr. Mario falls off the cliff.
And it looks like TheSaltySponge may be picking up the pace a little bit. Maybe feeling a little behind here at the 46-minute mark.
That hookshot, though, has to help him feel a little better.
Oh, yeah.
It opens up quite a bit. So, like, when you have that, you're going to get your Pierres going. Oh, he didn't have money for the diving game, so he just kept resetting that one pot. I'm usually resetting that pot for Deku sticks. I never think to do it for money.
Yeah, unfortunately, the frogs outside that pay out those big bucks are a little too far away at the moment. Nice option if you route in the river first.
Not a nice option when Frogs 2 might possibly have something. You don't want to be sitting there playing for Frogs 2 because you have all the songs. Luckily for these runners, you do need to Song of Storms first before they'll play the fly catching game with you, so they know that they're not going to need anything from that for quite a while. There is a hint, but I don't think either of the runners have picked up a hint about Frogs 2.
I think we've seen the Frogs 2 hint. I might be getting that confused with the GTG hint, final reward.
We saw a center chest hint, but
That, oh yeah, that's another one that I get confused with. Nothing from adult fishing.
of course you did VXR, because if it wasn't you, it would be Star to roll that hint. Roll that progression for Frogs 2 light arrows.
So Mr. Mario finding the source of the frozen Zora's domain, the ice arrows in the waterfall.
No,
No Fur's Wind. It looks like he's gonna open up Jabu Jabu though.
might as well go there, get the hints, the hint stone, so...
A little surprised that Mario hasn't gone over to Fire Temple. Guess his child routing is just taking him in this direction. Speaking of Fire Temple,
Fire feels
Salty
awful without a
Sponges.
hook shot, just in case Pierre has something.
Well, speaking
So
of Fire
I could
Temple,
see him
Salty
running
Sponge
around.
on route to his hammer.
This will put him in a much better place once he grabs it.
Well, I'm thinking because he's still adult, he hasn't gotten his butter knife. He's gonna get this and warp to Fire Temple. Hopefully, after that, he'll stop little Link the Goron.
He has Bolero. He just zoom right into fire. So
And considering that Mario hasn't done any more medallion progression, it's looking pretty neck and neck still. He'll have to
definitely.
go
Yeah.
Salty Sponge will have to get into GTG eventually, but still has that Fortress Way of the Hero to hunt down. So Sponge just doing that check here for his Great Fairy Fountain.
Well, he got his hints too, but they were all duplicates. So yeah, he didn't do any Child River. He just warped back using his fake prelude, and he's gonna run there through the river. I don't think. I think he runs river here as an adult, right? I don't think you go Bolero and then warp. Or not Bolero, Minuet.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see what Mr. Mario opts to do. It looks like Salty Sponge, though, throwing us another curveball. I guess maybe just wants to refill up on Choose. He's really tempted to see if he takes right. He set his Scarecrow song. I wonder if he's tempted to check out what's on top of the rooftop. GTG. These
That
two
would
racers,
be-
not disappointing.
Yeah. Oh no, this is excellent. The way that they're routing this is fantastic, from both accounts. If it literally is coming down to Sponge not doing Link the Goron, but other than that, this is you're seeing two very different styles, but of running this race too. Mr. Mario hard committing, just working his progressions, solid through. Sponge just playing those long shot plays and making these what you would say risky, but they are paying off. Mr. Mario
And
dipping in here though.
yeah, and
Oh,
I
he's going
just
ice cavern anyway, so grabbing the blue fire might as well.
and I just noticed he's picked up some a 10-pack of bomb chew somewhere along the line as well. Okay, he bought them after Fortress. Makes sense. The opponent did the exact same thing. Looks like about to do the same thing again.
Alright, let's see. Were fire arrows our way of the hero? No,
Not
fire
through
arrows
the
were not our
wasteland.
way of the hero. Those are the two checks that is useful for, and neither of them had anything, so...
Well, of course, you're forgetting about the wonderfulness that is the logic of Spirit Temple keys.
Oh man,
You never know where those keys and what's inside the Spirit Temple are.
oh man, I forgot that fire arrows are considered logic for that, because for some reason, jumping off the ledge with a doesn't count.
Alright, I think the title of this VOD should include some sort of line from Aladdin. I've seen the magic carpet. Just it's the third time in 1 hour.
Everyone loves the carpet. Last race I casted, the spawn was actually entrance to Wasteland. So everyone was just, so the two riders were just pushing those chews pretty hard.
Prince Ali, haven't you seen Ali Ababa?
We're gonna see Sponge take care of this stuff over in Guru's Fortress. He knows that's way the hero. He doesn't have a bonus song, so the only check at the fortress he has access to is the rooftop one.
It might be thinking about what's over in the valley. Down in the valley, he has orphaned off a couple checks.
Well, he does not have the tunic, and he can see it with a bomb chew. He can't really get it as an adult. He does have access to a lot of GGG. He might not dip it the same way that Mr. Mario did. I mean, we know that the center chest is nothing, so the pressure's a little bit off, because you always know center chest is an item. It can't be a key.
And we saw Mr. Mario do the lobby and the Stalfos and book it from there. No explosives, no hook shot at the time.
But he'll get his letter now on Sponge. And it looks like he is going to dip GTG. I don't blame him. This is definitely, when you're trying to figure out where the game's trying to point you, the right way to go.
Yeah, unfortunately no Farrah's win, so can't be dropping anything like that. So unfortunately he's kinda gotta stick around.
Yeah, this has to be a hard commitment on his part, because you don't want to have to reverse, you don't have long shot, and you don't have a bonus song. So getting back here is such a commitment, but he's just bailing. He's missing out on his hover boots.
Ooh.
He's checking Valley, but this is...
I mean, hover boots on their own, he might be thinking, alright, maybe that's just for Fire Temple.
If he's
Maybe
gonna
that's-
save Like, if he's gonna save war back, he wouldn't. I don't think he would be checking these skulls, would he? So
Probably not. Mr. Mario is showing us some new checks. The Crater Fairy Fountain not having anything for us. There's Bombable Grotto up next. And another Pizza Heart. Just one last check up here. Or maybe not. Maybe have we seen what's behind Juke's wall?
nope. I don't think we have. So yeah, he's just orphaning off. Ooh, Sponge, this is rough, buddy. I don't understand.
He'll get back there eventually.
But it's such a time commitment.
Doesn't have Nocturne. Has Requiem.
There's Azor's Tunic.
Maybe,
not...
and I guess should have Epona's before that. I don't know if it's faster to reverse or add Epona over.
He did reset, so he is going back into GTG after seeing everything in Valley was nothing. Okay, this is...
Yeah, I don't think you can count out a runner like the TheSaltySponge making these kind of plays, even if he had decided to bail out of GTG. Would have made his way back here eventually, but he's made his way back sooner rather than later. But also unfortunate maybe because he just also has so much more access to the place. Mario kind of got strength and hovers and said, alright, I don't have hook shot. Don't really want to go play Song of Time, so he bailed. Now we're going to see Mario collect his third medallion. TheSaltySponge will be glad to get those hover boots, but after that, might not get anything out of here in GTG. We'll have to see him sit back and wait.
Well, let's see if this pays off. Song of Time does make this a little bit easier to do all the checks and not have to save scum pretty hard. There's iron, so we have toilet access. Sponge doesn't know it, but it is in logic.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, right, there's lower requirements, lower priorities for keys. Just need 5.
He is collecting the rupees. He's doing the toilet, everyone.
He is opening up the door. I would be shocked if the TheSaltySponge does the toilet over the rest of GTG right now. But then again, it's the TheSaltySponge. Not too surprised out of anything he's done. A big salty.
If he went the other way too, he would have the hover boots to make this room so much easier.
Yeah. Huh. Well, never mind. Shut me out. Get him out there
for a swim,
chat.
everybody.
Get your ZSR toilets out there. I want my chat window to get filled up.
So many toilets. We need them.
I mean, it's at the 62-minute mark. It's probably the earliest anyone's ever seen the toilet here on ZSR. Especially in the competitive match.
Speaking of which, happy 1 hour. I have to make notes as to why he's doing toilet so soon, but hey, that was really quick. And it's a key.
That D-pad really doesn't make it as bad as it was in the 1 and 2.0 days.
Yeah, you have to do it while using a long shot. And it's all awkward. Mr. Mario getting his 200 rupees, which I am pretty sure he's going to use on more bomb chews.
Yeah, interesting. We see the diversions kind of paying off literally for Mario.
He's going to keep that eyeball frog too, because we haven't gotten the big ore on him, correct? Or did we just get that in... Did we get that in the Zora's River? Yeah, I think we might have gotten it by outside Jabu. It was in DC?
That's funny.
Huh. I did not notice it the first time.
But Mario's route kind of paying off, not having to save scum those chews. Armed with the hammer and strength upgrade, Dodong's Cavern much easier on his limited resource, those bomb chews. Here we go, TheSaltySponge. Let's see how he reacts to his second pair of boots.
First he has to actually kill these guys, but he'll do it. There they go. They're playing a little evasive, but...
He continues on. As Mr. Mario will be our second racer of the night to take on our King Dinosaur. One of the easiest bosses in Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Well, Dongo has been one of the easiest bosses in Zelda just historically, so... why break tradition now?
I don't know, not the easiest thing in Zelda 1, where you got a room of 3 of them, and you know, they take 1 to 2 bombs apiece, and you can only hold 8 bombs.
The 3 Dodongos, I think, appear in Dungeon 6? So...
I think they're first in level number 5.
5. 5 for 3, okay, yeah. I think by that point you can buy the bomb expansion. The last time I run that...
it's really horrible. The bomb expansion is locked behind those 3 Dodongos and a bomb wall.
Really? I don't remember. Oh.
Yes.
The last time I played that game in order, in actual logical progression, was a long time ago, so...
I highly recommend reliving the experience.
Oh, Zelda 1's one of my favorite games, but, like... I'm usually running around without a sword, 3 hearts for no reason.
Sounds like the randomizers. These runners experiencing Ocarina of Time randomizer. Mr. Mario showing us the redead check. I think we've already seen this. TheSaltySponge just finished up his circuit around GTG. Gonna show us what's inside the maze. The center has been hinted dead, so just 5 checks in. Also, if you missed it, very hype, TheSaltySponge showed us the toilet just 4 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago.
Yep, it had a key. Nothing useful.
It was shiny.
Sure,
Look at
shiny,
that, just
but...
3 keys going through the circuit. There's our 4th. There's 5.
We're triggering doing the Scarecrow song setup, but even songs you write, songs are hard.
Oh, wait. No, that's 5. No, that's 6. Never mind.
He's not turning in the frog, is he? Why would he?
You might want to warp. Might have blue fire.
Oh,
I think that's 7 keys for TheSaltySponge. So I think the like room holding 2 keys.
He's holding blue fire. He's going to use this as a warp right into the domain. That's a really cool play.
Yep, you don't often get to see it. It's not often useful, but in this situation,
that is some
Mario...
next level stuff. I'm loving this.
Yeah. Oh well, no.
You know, the problem is this hurts him super hard because he's not walking the river.
He might walk out that direction. He's got his hover boots. We'll have to just see how he plays this. He's also opened up the ice cavern, so it looks like he's making his play for Nocturne of Shadow right here and right now. Very nice use of that eyeball frog, but keep in mind, TheSaltySponge safe scum that away. He might have that in the back of his mind as well.
He already went river though, so he's not missing out on any items from it.
Right, but he still might be able to use the frog to warp up there quickly to, you know, pick up his Nocturne of Shadow.
Hey, look, some shoes.
Ah, that's nice.
It's gonna be the 5-pack. Come on. It's never a convenient 20-pack. It's always an awkward 5-pack. Always, you know, awkward, terrible spot. I could not see. Neither could he, apparently.
Yeah, good luck.
I have no idea what's down there. Is that just a rupee?
And that will be an advantage that Sponge has, picking up those iron boots. If it's anything useful. But let's get hype, chat, for the Ice Cavern. 1 hour and 9 minutes in. Just shy of the 70-minute mark. Salty Sponge.
This should be... Mr. Mario has hover boots, so it's gonna make the most painful room of this a little bit easier. I'm pretty confident that he knows the hover boot flips.
Meanwhile, TheSaltySponge painfully close to that butter knife and his Deku Tree and Forest Medallion and Epona Song. And logical access to GTG, but he doesn't care about that, as we've seen him take that wallet and make a beeline for those bomb shoes and that carpet salesman. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. He knows Epona's Song is locking one way the hero check in the fortress. But he's got Fire
Temple
Temple
do left
clear,
half
too.
maze here. No, he's just... Oh, he's gonna pick up the chew. Okay.
He hasn't been here. So hopefully he remembers that little rolling Goron rolling around there.
He was here. He's doing it. Okay. He was here. He checked topside maze. The right side maze with his shoes, and then save scummed it out.
That's right. Good on you.
Skullchula, yeah. Thank X. Thank X for catching that. So yeah, he gets his sword.
Yeah, Mario will be getting something useful out of this dip in the Ice Cavern, his Nocturne. Odin's Fire doesn't have access yet. Very nice use of that, you know, animation to pull himself back up to cancel the animation of that ice keys.
Didn't work that time, though.
Nah, commentator's curse.
It's alright. It wouldn't be Ice Cavern without getting frozen at least once. And there's a bomb bag! Okay. So 50 is not our logical. That is a huge relief. That makes the Dongos feel so much better. Or, not Fire feel so much better. You're not going to be running around save scumming shoes anymore. As long as he gets his hook shot in this river, Mr. Mario's in great shape, but I could see him just warping and doing fire instead of checking river.
Yeah, absolutely. It is still anybody's game here. 72 minutes in. Hopefully Sponge is going into the Fire Temple, make progression towards his medallion count. But unfortunately for these guys, we have to do, like, all of our side dungeons. We've got to go to Ice Cavern for Nocturne. gotta go on the bottom of the well way the hero for something. We already have our wallet, so it's not going to be for our Goron tunic. I think we found a Zora tunic somewhere.
Zora tunic was in Magic Fairy, top of Death Mountain Trail.
Right, okay, so it's not going to be anything dumb way the hero on the bottom of the well. We have a slingshot already. And then, of course, Gerudo Fortress was way the hero, and GTG held our strength upgrade in both pairs of boots. Sponge
That's
is
such a
making
cool
that
setup
dip.
for Mr. Mario.
Oh yeah, very, very sexy.
Doing
Just
that
about
room
finished
without
up.
bombs is so cool.
Get your guesses in chat. How deep in Fire Temple do you think our boss key is? Do you think it's right next to the boss door? How deep in do you think Sponge is gonna have to climb?
Megsy, it can't be Lens. We have Requiem, so we don't need it for that, and we know Market's foolish, so it won't be Lens. Could be Boomerang. Definitely could be Boomerang, but it can't be Lens.
And yuck, as Mr. Mario finds there's nothing besides that song in the Ice Cavern. And he's not sticking around for the river. We're gonna have a high
Ooh.
five through the Fire Temple.
Double fire. Power 15.
No,
Okay.
a very slight lead, but given the medallion count, it's going to appear that Mario has a bit of an advantage in that department. But the items, the spread is so different, I think. It's anyone's game still.
This progression could just be decided on Pierre. Which just feels awful.
It could very well come down to it. We know TheSaltySponge has collected Pierre. Mario has not, correct?
Hook is in Lower River, Kiras. You cannot do hook shotless shadow. Well, you can do it, but it's not considered logic, so.
You can get about halfway.
Yeah, you get technically stuck at the invisible spike room with the redeads, but.
So we've got our 3 keys to get up into the elevator. But will the big lava room bail us out of the meme that is Deep Fire?
Oh, you know we're getting either Pierre or High Goron. There's no way. Pierre the Necros, Pierre the Scarecrow is in fire, and there is a check behind him.
Oh, there it
boss
is.
key. Okay.
They have been bailed out, but that might be the very nail in their coffin. If you choose to go back to Deep Fire,
You don't have Ferrer's Winds. Do you go deep enough to open the shortcut at least?
Not for the Salty Sponge.
No, Sponge isn't.
Out for
He's just going.
Mario. We'll get to see here as these runners finish this out. is medallion number 3 for Sponge, medallion number 4 for Mr. Mario.
This is definitely not the medallion they wanted to get, though.
Items we are looking for still, the Din's Fire, Light Arrows, and of course, Lord Banana. Sponge taking a bit of a slower approach and doesn't want to waste those precious bomb chews. So Mr. Mario might just catch up on him. He's gonna be exploding the 2 hitboxes of Volvagia with those bombs.
Yeah, this is going to be a very quick fight for Mr. Mario here compared to what Sponge is going through right now.
And Mr. Mario has the bombs, and he's not afraid to use them. For anyone who still does not know, there are 2 Volvagia hitboxes. One that flies all around and burrows in a hole, and one that plays whack-a-mole, as these racers are fighting now. The one that burrows into the hole is still damageable, as you see Mr. Mario doing with those bombs right now. He's damaging the second hitbox. Both hitboxes share the same health bar. So Mr. Mario is making super quick work of this fight. Just like that.
As he beats Volvagia before Sponge, even though he entered a full minute or so after him.
Yeah, Sponge with a clear lead in the Fire Temple. And that's just how big of a difference one item like finding the bomb bag can be. Didn't really slow the Salty Sponge down in his overworld checks or his routing much. Safe scummed a little bit here and there. But here in the boss fight in the Fire Temple, it really paying off for Mr. Mario. Finding that bomb bag in the ice cavern.
Yeah, that's making a huge difference in just comfort at this point. So we see a small key on Volvagia, meaning that the dungeon was going to hard lock you at one point, forcing you to turn around.
Always unless you play Key Sanity, there's always an extra key here in the Fire Temple.
Our runners are not playing Key Sanity, though, so... As much as I would love to see Key Sanity in Season 5, I don't think our runners would, so we probably won't.
Hell no. I doubt you could talk people into wanting, the fortress key to get shuffled inside a dungeon.
Oh, geez. There is a dream, though, for some shop sanity action. Make those wallets actually useful. Side-by-side hook shots? Oh. Yeah, I casted that one. Hold on. I have that clip saved.
So we're now seeing the Salty Sponge make his trek to the Deku Tree. Not sure if he's got any checks here in the Lost Woods to check on the way. And not sure where Mr. Mario's headed to. Okay. Mr. Mario also thinking about some checks here in the Lost Woods.
Yeah, Mr. Mario grabs his ghost bottle, but he's not going to save Scum this one away. He's just going to hold on to it, and we'll probably take that all the way to Ganon. He's doing the Mito skip.
He's already done Ice Cavern. Not really anything that he's gonna need bottles for.
You were
I wonder
so
if it
close,
might
Mr. Mario.
scare
You could have went for a
Ganondorf any-
swim. You could have went for a swim and went to river.
He
We
might
still
be,
might-
He might be routing in the river after his use of the hammer here.
Ripped off by the scrubs.
Insert question in chat. Hookshot is in the river on the lower ledge.
It feels so
Okay.
awful, though, for Mr. Mario to be at the hour-and-a-half mark without a hook shot, though. It hasn't slowed him down. He's made so much progression, but you gotta be thinking in his mind that the choices left to him don't feel good.
But he's making the right choice.
Yeah, there he goes, playing into the river.
So where does he go from the river? Forest Temple's an option, not a pleasant option. We know Water Temple's
He might want to
foolish.
do deep GTG. It's not good for him. We know that it's not good, but he hasn't finished it. Knowing that center chest, though, is foolish might deter him from that, because he found so many items early that it doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, and it would be the play to make. Nothing much in there besides the iron boots. And unless there was something good in those icy waters. We already saw the Tektite grotto was nothing.
Well, okay, so we know water's foolish, so we're not going anywhere near that today. Yeah, irons are useless. There we go. We have his hook shot. What does he do? Forest. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the stone dungeon is our best bet. Let's see how deep he decides to dig. Not quite a high five, but it's close enough for my standards.
I expect not very far for this. There's once you kind of open up the loop a bit, leaving and then coming back isn't too painful. But you don't want to see a small key there.
Well, with that small key, he could opt to do the Floor Master room first. Would be an interesting route, but looks like he's doing the standard one to the Stalfos. Also, haven't seen anything in the Skulltula house, and we do have Kakariko Way the Hero.
Yeah, and this is so Kakwe the Hero. It can only point to 10 and 20, so it is definitely important to check. We're pretty sure it's our bow, but
Yep,
As-
2 small keys.
Oma goes down. Bow is required to beat the game, no matter So it will always be considered Way of the Hero, a possible Way of the Hero. But it did lock our first strength upgrade.
Has Sponge opened up Ice Cavern yet? I don't think so.
We're just doing it now.
No, he's taking the owl. He's going back adult. Maybe checking the Hyrule Ferry.
There's a riveting soup discussion going on in chat. I'm okay with that. And if you feel like chiming in on best soups, I mean, we have someone in Fire Temple right now, so we might as well talk about soup. It's more interesting than this dungeon progressively.
I have fond memories of cream of broccoli soup growing up.
Ooh, cream of broccoli, nice.
Of course, one of my favorite episodes of Seinfeld is the Soup Nazi.
Lobster bisque is its own level. But I don't know, gumbo being considered a soup. That's an interesting. That's something to consider.
I hope all you soup lovers in chat know how to order soup in such an establishment as fine as one run by the Soup Nazi.
The soup man that was by my house is closed now, and I'm very upset.
Did he say, no soup for you? Come back.
No, it was
here."
one of his spin-off establishments, so Aliagana was not there to be mean to people.
I think if I owned a
But
soup establishment, I would pay that gentleman once a year to come to my soup store and yell at people.
But as someone who has had the lobster bisque from there, I can totally understand, George. I would end a relationship over it. It's that good. Yeah, the last thing you want to see in Stone Forest, though, is keys aplenty early on. You want your key count to be at 1 or 0 the entire time. So Sponge doing a reset.
He has.
This
A
is
little bit
his
faster, I guess.
quicker whoop. Yeah. And Mr. Mario's not finding anything in Forest. This could bite him. This is some rough checks to do. You gotta feel pinned down, though. I mean, what else is there for you to check? You know water's foolish. You have no boomerang.
Yeah, Child Spirit's another good option. Child Goron City.
Child Spirit
But not a
probably
whole
would have
lot.
been the better play.
Both stone dungeons, not ones you want to jump into. Meanwhile, TheSaltySponge has caught back up in medallion count. See where they're going next. I guess maybe Ice Cavern to get his Nocturne of Shadow. Well, that'll give Mr. Mario some leeway here in Forest. Mr. Mario having already completed the Ice Cavern, getting his Nocturne. Sponge will confirm for us whether the icy waters are something useful or not, and whether Mr. Mario is going to be missing out on those iron boots.
I think it was just a bloopy, but we'll see. It's very hard to see at the resolution our videos are put out at by default.
Yeah, I even have them projected on an entire wall.
Really?
It's at 720p, but yeah, even still, I can not see most of the times. And the icy waters too is such a weird place to do it, especially with no boots and no gold scale.
Yeah, it's really hard to see. We'll find out though. So Sponge didn't pick up any blue fire before. Like, he only had one bottle, so he just used it to defrost King Zora. This makes this a little bit more annoying, but there's the 50 hint for Bomb Bag again, which he'll be getting his soon enough. Unless he just randomly decides, nope, I'm not going to do ice after coming all the way here.
Well, he needs Nocturne. There's no way he doesn't do ice.
Maybe he decides that he wants to come back later.
I would jump in the Discord channel and say, hey Sponge, you feeling okay? Be seriously concerned.
Yeah. But if anything is, if I've learned anything, it's don't make absolute assumptions for any of these top runners. They might moon logic you.
I don't know. I think it would, like, unless he like creates another save file, does one of those crazy shenanigans, just like thinks, oh wait, I can go do this.
Sponge pulling a Felix and doing the two
Yeah.
saves. I could see him doing it. I'm surprised more runners don't pull that strat with the two save files.
It's just that I think more often than not, it's gonna bite you more than it's gonna hurt you. I think, right? The sentiment is once you made a commitment, you need to stick with that commitment. So, right, Salty Sponge getting that wallet and making the beeline for the carpet salesman. He made a commitment for that, and we saw him get a second pack from that carpet salesman. He stuck by that. If you head up to Ice Cavern, and even if he grabs something really nice at the, under the icy waters, you need Nocturne.
Yeah,
You
you
could skip a
absolutely
couple
need it.
checks in Ice Cavern maybe, but you at least get Nocturne. It would be kind of crazy not to do that.
So we have a lens in Forest, which does absolutely nothing for us.
Yeah, our foolish overworld location is the market, so that Lens of Truth isn't gonna do these guys the top 3rd and top 11th via the qualifiers. And we're what? Winners bracket round 3?
Yeah, we're all the way at round 3 already. So yeah, Forest is not looking good.
2
I
checks
think
left.
The only the only checks left are the bottom, which I think might be the boss key. I didn't see him pick it up. And Phantom Ganon himself.
Yeah, Salty Sponge finds his bomb bag.
But if
Fortunately,
nothing is in Forest, this could just be a ruiner for Mr. Mario. Depending on if Sponge feels the same pressure to make the play.
well, I think they'll be coming out of these 2 locations at roughly the same time, and right, I can't see Sponge doing a full clear forest. I mean, maybe, but it's not looking good. It's looking like some of these one-off checks that these runners are leaving out there. We have that one check in Jabu's Jabu. I don't think we saw a hint for the Stingray chest. Dampe Digging, never saw that one. I don't think, right?
No, we haven't seen Dampe Digging.
I haven't seen 10 or 20 skulls. They certainly have 10 Skulltulas, but I don't think we've seen the actual skull checks.
Only Mr. Mario has 10.
Surely Sponge has 10.
Does he?
He's done DC,
Okay.
Deku, Ice.
Yeah, he did most of those without a
it'd
hook
be
shot,
hard
though.
not to. That's true.
Oh, okay.
And he did a lot of save scumming too, but it would be pretty hard to, I think, at this point.
He did pick up some skulls and then save scum them away. So.
Yeah.
But Child Goron now has a lot of stuff open too.
Yeah.
That is a very good point.
Goron City is one of the denser locations, as shitty as that sounds.
Honestly,
Otherwise,
that probably would have been a better
fire
course of action for Mr. Mario.
Yeah, there's deeper fire. There's Child Spirit. We're a bottleneck for sure.
"14 skulls on Sponge right now, so he's okay.
And there it is. There's the boss key in the basement. So Phantom Ganon is the holdout for Mr. Mario here in Stone Forest with Prelude Light on our Blue Ocarina. Water Temple Baron.
Feels so bad doing all this. You know, Mr. Mario's just cursing himself for going this far.
It feels bad until you see something good on Phantom Ganon. But the White Wolfos is down as Mr. Mario enters one of the most challenging fights here in Ocarina of Time. Randomizer or not.
Truly a nightmare of design. Could you imagine having to fight 2 of those at the same time?
Ew, why would you do that?
Oh, nope. Fangan doesn't want to play along today.
Oh, yep, no big Goron sword, making it slightly more challenging. And not being a nice volleyball partner either.
He did fly down nice and low to get some regular hits on, which is nice.
Yeah, I don't see that too often. Mario making it look easy enough.
Alright, you stupid ghost. What do you got for us? A recovery heart. A recovery heart.
Not
Ow.
the best dip into the Forest Temple for Mr. Mario. But like I said, they are out of their respective locations that they've cleared out. Where to next?
Okay, I'm not sure about this one.
Might be oh no, he's surely read the Water Temple's foolish.
He doesn't have iron boots.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Phew.
Is this purely for adult fishing? I think it's just for adult fishing. Okay.
And the rooftop check. Salty Sponge seeing, all right, shucks. The Iron Boots not paying off, but look at this. He's playing a minuet.
Oh no. Going back to forest, everyone. Just as we leave, we get dragged right back in.
Yeah, if you happen to be experiencing any deja vu here on ZSR, do not panic. Do not panic. If you think the screens have swapped sides, do not panic. No. These runners have just swapped positions. Well, good news for Mr. Mario fans. Might route him into GTG, but of course that just getting him his Iron Boots, nothing of value. But it might lead him to the right answer.
I don't think that... I really doubt Mr. Mario is going to go GTG. With the finding 3 items early in there, knowing that the center chest is dead, it seems really unlikely. But he is calling Epona, so I might be wrong. I might be very, very wrong.
He's cleared out all his way of heroes, I believe. Besides, of course, the bottom of the well. No access to that one yet.
He hasn't cleared out his way of the heroes, though. He hasn't done his skulls for,
Oh, wait.
for CAC.
Have we seen a chicken sit?
We haven't seen chickens either.
Yeah, there you go. But
Come on, we could do some chickens.
unfortunately, other than Deep Fire and GTG, most of our remaining checks are as child. Jabu, Dampe, Chickens, Child Spirit, Child Goron City.
They didn't learn. They should have got the bunny hood. Nope. PKR will won this race already because of bunny hood.
Well, to be fair, spoiler alert, but Mr. Mario, I believe, got to this point. I believe it was bracket round number 1. Might have been the second round. But due to the bunny hood being a very big advantage.
To be fair, Belnog, they got that Cackway the hero hit well after they left Kakariko.
Mario will be picking up his Iron Boots. Likely will be dodging the toilet. But, yeah, looks like these guys are kind of ping-ponging back and forth. We're not going to be seeing any new checks here for a while.
No, we're not.
This gives the chat the perfect opportunity, if you haven't already given these racers a follow. Without them racing these races, we wouldn't have these races to watch being raced. So make sure you go and do that before the race is over. Of course, everyone behind the scenes, the lovely folks, tracking all those icons you see at the bottom of your screen. Keeping us in line. Our restreamer behind the scenes. And then, of course, everyone at ZSR. Giving us a home.
Yeah, the trackers, the restreamers, they're the heroes here that make all this possible. Please give them some love. K Next Door and Purple.
Yeah, we're just here making fools of ourselves. Putting our foots in our mouth. Theory
Yeah, we got the easy
crafting,
job.
ridiculous nonsense. And of course, if you'd like to get involved here, part of the restream effort, you know, restreamer, tracker, commentator, please join the Discord. Ask how you can get involved. The easy is 1, 2, and 3.
The community is great. We love to have everyone. Everyone's super helpful, super excited to get new people involved. Please, always looking for fresh blood.
we are over 100 minutes in. These racers have gone vastly different directions throughout the seed, but have kind of gotten to the same point. 4 medallions. We've got our side dungeon percent. We got Bottom of the Well, Gerudo Fortress, Way the Hero. Nocturne of Shadow was inside of Ice Cavern. But kind of bottlenecked here, close to the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, we're really just held back by the Din's Fire. We don't know where it is right now. It's our one major progression item that is really keeping us back, held down. Yeah, we're not getting a toilet out of Mr. Mario. I was not expecting to see one out of him. Deep Fire is a possibility, but it's such a commitment.
Actually, right, we are either assuming that the Bottom of the Well Way the Hero is either the boomerang or a way to get the light arrows. In which case,
That's really all it can be at this point, though.
And I think the only thing that could be would be Strength 3. I guess Strength 2. That would be horrible.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
Maybe there's
that
both
means
strengths.
Maybe there's both strengths. Maybe there's just one, and we have to do spirit too.
Yeah, you could be left in the decision. All right, I just pulled out 2 strengths out of the Bottom of the Well, Way the Hero. Should I go to Light Trial? Should I go to Adult Spirit?
So while we're retracing some of this, how about we hear in chat some of our latest seed horror stories? And I'd love to hear some horrible logic and some situations you guys have been put in recently in the randomizer. I'll start off. I had a seed yesterday where I was running around without a hook shot at the hour 45 mark, but yet I had all the songs to do Frogs 2 before 40 minutes. Just to sum that one up. Oh, last night's weekly was something special.
Every seed is special to the first place winner.
Highly loaded with light arrows, yes.
Speaking of winners, one of these 2 gentlemen will move on to winners bracket round number 4. Loser does not go home. They just get bumped down, but they will be facing off against a formidable opponent.
Ranglock, Zora's Lullaby had all 3 bomb bags. Yikes. Deku soup. Delicious Deku soup. First bow on Frogs 2. Yes. They have not done Skull Mask, no. Oh no! Geoterror, I'm so sorry to hear. In a seed like that, Zam, I'm glad to see that you're still around, because that would be
Speaking of still around, TheSaltySponge still sticking around the Forest Temple. Looks to be doing a full clear, just like Mr. Mario. But given Mr. Mario's position here at the end of the GTG maze, running out of checks here as an adult, I think they might have a very slight lead over their opponent, TheSaltySponge, here approaching the 2-hour mark.
And Mr. Mario knows his key logic here, so he's just getting out. I don't know why he's doing Requiem. I guess he's just checking the ferry?
Yeah, I don't think he's done the ferry. I also don't think he's done the wasteland check.
Ooh, that hurts though. Like doing Wasteland now. Wasteland was hinted dead. Okay, so yeah, he's not gonna do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember. Sponge did it, and then literally the next hitstone he checked was that the Wasteland was dead.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There's Bolero of Fire from Mr. Mario.
Oh no, are we seeing some deep fire, or is he checking his...
Yeah, it looks like he has equipped his fire flower.
Oh boy.
Oh, wrong game. Wait, yeah. It's going in.
Deep fire.
He
Deep
fell
fire.
into this temple known as fire. He went up, 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 and then just climbed up higher. And it burned, burned, burned. This temple fire. This temple fire. No, a play you want to be making? Going back into Fire Temple after you've defeated the dragon. But sometimes it's just gotta get done.
All right, everyone. I think August deserves some Twitch follows for that one.
I'm playing it like more.
It's so gonna be chickens. It's gonna be dibs on chickens. We all know it. Why are they hesitating at this point? Just accept your destinies.
The chickens.
Chickens. Chickens are everyone's destiny. Always do your chickens.
Racers, it is your destiny. Take my hand, and together we shall take down the Emperor. He has foreseen it.
Oh, chicken probably is your destiny. Just Din's Ferry was checked already, I believe.
Yep, almost 100% sure on that one. Checks I've got left on my list are the Stingray Chest and Jabu Dampe Digging. Chickens, 10 and 20 skulls. All of Child Goron City.
And all of Child
the,
Spirit.
Yeah, Child Spirit. And then, of course, diving in the lab out of Logic.
So we've seen very few item pickups from in Fire. It was pretty much just all keys and a boss key, which kind of begs the question on this: where was going to be the key lock? Where's the stopping point that would have had Volvagia's key needed for progress?
It could just be the highest score.
Yeah. Oh, there's one item. And that was probably our 5-pack of chews. I think we saw our 10s and saw a 20 and a 10, I believe, already. So it could be a 10 or a 5. Sponge just slaughtering that ghost and save quitting out. He's not even getting the stone. He doesn't even care about that. Just screw it.
We're never seeing that blue flute. Teaching us Prelude to Light. Also know that Water Temple's barren. So all dungeons is hard off the table.
Yeah, no hint for the rank. We're pretty confident that it's either in bottom of the well or bottom of the well will open up direction to the ring, but we don't know.
I also don't know why my screen is buffering.
And for those asking about Pierre when I was mentioning fire, this is the check that I was talking about before. A very awkward, frustrating check that you have to climb all the way up for. There's a timed fire ring with a kind of a tight window. Sponge can get his 20th skull right here, though. He can hookshot onto the roof of Impa's house and get it. So he'll get his 20th skull and do the 2 checks. So, Way of the Hero, Kakariko can only point to these 2 skulls when it comes to the Skull House. The other are not included. So, we'll see if these matter at all. Nope! 20 is bait.
Alright, well, so where do we go from here?
I feel Child Spirit, but we're going to see Deep Fire from Sponge too. Nobody wants to go back to a child, even though it has the most checks. Deep Fire. We missed out on Double Forest, but here we are, Double Fire. Cowhouse had the fire arrows. So yeah, that's the last key. So that's items for the here on out. We're almost in Oops All Dungeon territory. We know that nobody's going to accidentally Water Temple, but this is
Now, they just need to be vibing a little bit more with my good buddy, Michael Jackson. They just need to, put on their Peter Pan pants. Put their Master Sword back in the pedestal of time. Looks like it's in Child somewhere.
If this is in the Stingray chest for the boomerang, I would be astounded but not surprised. Because at this point, why not, right? It's gonna be chickens. Everything's pointing chickens. There's no way it would just be bow. Like, spirit logic, spirit key logic, fire arrows don't seem that likely. We got a hint for the second bow is on skulls, right? It's 40 skulls?
No, 50 was our second bomb bag or a bomb bag.
Oh, Bo's Composer Grave.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay. So that's a Bowlock bow. So it could technically be Bow until we get a Did's Fire.
All right, one final check.
Oh boy. Blue Fire. Blue Fire doesn't belong in Fire Temple. That only Red Fire goes in Fire.
Well, so that's not our answer.
Mr. Mario's going to turn in some skulls, but Water Temple is foolish, so no one's touching water.
Yep. And with clearing out Stone Forest, they're unlikely to even want to touch. Touch Spirit Temple. But they don't have very many options left.
No one's dipped Jabu. In fact, Mr. Mario opened it but left. He did not stick around and do the one check. Yeah, we're at like pure child check territory at this point.
Yeah, and I do apologize. I'm gonna step up, see if I can fix my internet issue here.
That's the save warp for Mr. Mario. That's going to bring him right outside Temple of Time. He's going back child at this point. I can't see him doing anything else. Or he's going to pick up a skull first, I guess? There's no way he's going back into Castle. Oh, he didn't do the spirit checks in Castle. Oh, this hurts, Mr. Mario. I guess it's logic. You don't want to change ages more than you have to, but oh. This is pretty much putting our runners tied at this point. Mr. Mario's probably going to be just about 2 minutes ahead, 3 minutes ahead with how much is left in Fire, but this does set Dompe time of day. That is a good point. They have Sunsong though, so that doesn't even really matter too much. Sponge has done all of Forest. He just decided that he didn't want the emerald and save warped out of the dungeon instead of going through the warp and getting the cutscene for it. But Mr. Mario is now going child and going to put him on a better pace. Let's see which path he takes, though. Child Cack, way the hero, finish clearing that out. Does he dip Spirit? I could definitely see him dipping Spirit here. Does he make the big brain move and go straight to Jabu, hoping on the one check he has access to? There's plays.
I see I've joined back up at a good point in time.
Yeah, Mr. Mario went back to Ganon's castle just to finish his spirit check because he didn't have hookshot when he was in there before.
And unfortunately, I am watching on the restream. Commentary page just is buffering like crazy for me.
No, there's a
So I
little
might
bit of
be
a
a
delay,
bit
but it
behind.
shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Mr. Mario's checking dins now. I wonder if he checks the other hint. If he's feeling really shy on hints, but I don't think he does. Unfortunately, I can't remember every hint he's gotten so far, and he doesn't have a hint tracker up for me to follow along with on him. Okay, like this, he's set in night to do Dompe after this.
Ah, yeah. That's always a good setup here.
Can play Nocturne right out.
Well, or you can also chain it into chickens.
I think he's hoping for Dompe because he set it to nighttime. All right, what do we got, Dompe? Gold scale. Okay, so logical
Ooh.
lab diving.
Yep. That's about all
Um,
that does for us.
do some out of logic. Well, no, actually, it's in logic. We have iron boots. Never mind. I'm being silly. Hint on Nocturne being chicken is dins would be hysterical. I would break, but no. I don't think that's the case. I think they checked it already. That was the big Goron hint.
Sponge out of fire. See where they choose to take their trips.
I think Mr. Mario's getting unfortunate news knowing that he now has to check chickens. Yep, there's the sun song.
It's a good play at this point in the seed. You have Kakariko the way the hero, you're severely bottlenecked. Sponge now also making the play for the Temple of Time. Running out of adult checks too.
Simultaneous 2-hour, 10-minute mark chickens. I could see it happening.
Let's see where Sponge warps to. He's already done Din's Ferry. Pulling out some bombs. Maybe he hasn't done Din's
Explosives.
Ferry. Maybe it was just that hint stone that I remember him getting.
He hasn't. Did he do Richard?
Yeah, luckily, right, Requiem was in from Malin and Sun Song was on Requiem, so they've had Sun Song for a while. They haven't been locked out of time of day checks.
Ah, he didn't do the Dins Fairy. Unless he's going for the hint. No, he did do
No,
Dins.
apparently
Okay.
not.
I thought he saved scum this before.
Yeah, might be confusing it, right? Because that entrance from the market is where they spawn from. I'm thinking that's contributing to a bit of our confusion and feet and mouth syndrome.
Fastest
Mario,
chickens, I believe, is 2 minutes and just about 2 minutes.
yeah, but Mario in good position, right? He's selling his Keaton mask there. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually walks up Death Mountain Trail for that Goron City play.
It could be strength that leads to light arrows in well. Or boomerang in as well. Yeah, so it could be strength down there. There's not really much else it can be in bottom of the well.
Yep, strength 2 or strength 3. And who knows, maybe Song of Storms also unlocks another strength.
Chickens with shoes! Ah! Ah! I don't know what would have been quicker. Doing chickens or reversing Wasteland twice for Sponge?
Well, is that the 20 pack?
I don't know.
If that was the 20 pack, then certainly.
I think it was because he's sitting on 40 shoes now.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll get a definitive answer here from Sponge. Also doing chickens. He's sitting on 32.
Oh, 20 pack was Zora Fountain. That's right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the early one to get.
But,
The quote-unquote
Mario,
early one, but
Mario
yeah.
definitely in the lead. He's checking off these checkboxes for us. He's got his skull mask. So that's a check I've forgotten about.
We were talking up the bunny hood so much we forgot that they completely orphaned them. It's a race for dins more than anything. Boomerang does open up 3 more checks, and it is a medallion, but it is not what we're really counting on for our Way of the Hero at this point.
Yeah, in all likelihood, Lord Banana in the bottom of the well. We need to clear the Shadow Temple to get Song of Storms. Bottom of the well is our final Way of the Hero location. And not hold our light arrows.
Yes, there is
Whoa.
a way that it could not lead to Boomerang. It could be that Boomerang is in Spirit, it could be in Shadow Temple.
Spirit or GTG.
Yeah. Oh, can't be in GTG. We checked all of GTG.
We have not checked all of GTG. Good sir.
We were hinted center chest. That was...
Yes, but you're forgetting the evil pancakes. Likes that will eat up your shield.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about those.
2 of them are keys, so half of that room is complete garbage.
Yeah, okay. I completely forgot we didn't have strength for the like room. That hurts.
So that's why strength is an interesting one, right? We found all of our other items. Found our tunics. Our Way of the Hero is either strength or orang, and one strength doesn't mean anything. As Daruni holds another bow.
That bow was not bow locked. So our Way of the Hero CAC
Cannot be the bow.
Cannot be the bow.
Yeah, we started with ZL. Saria's song was vanilla, essentially Spear 0. So could have taken that directly into Goron City.
Windmill was Bolero. Bolero gave way to... What song?
Serenade?
Minuet?
No, Minuet was in
No.
Composer's Grave. I think
Minuet was in
Serenade
Composer's.
our Crater.
Serenade and Saria's song was vanilla. Oh wait,
Song
but
of
you
Time
could have.
was in the Meadow as
Saria's
well.
song was vanilla, so that wasn't. Yeah.
Sponge is in the lab. Oh, there's strength too in the lab. Gold
Okay.
gauntlets, or gold scale from Dampe, giving us strength to holy shit.
Is this gonna be Fire Arrow's Way of the Hero for Spirit Key logic? Is that really what it's gonna come down to? Oh my
Past,
God.
Kakariko Village Way of the Hero. Salty Sponge making the hard play.
That is so absurd.
And Mario missing out on that strength upgrade, right?
Song of
Cleared
Storms on
out.
Burning Cack would be Cack Way of the Hero. Yeah, that would make sense, but that's such a useless Way of the Hero.
The game doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah, that is...
But that strength 2 is big.
Yeah, that is... I don't
Guaranteed-
see Mr. Mario not get... Like, he has the gold scale, so...
He does. And he's probably gonna get that before going adult. So it's still neck and neck. This is a very hype race. 2 hours, 18 minutes in number 3, the number 11 seed, not disappointing us here on ZSR. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's just getting good.
Yes,
It's
we know
been
that
good
it's
for the
double
past 2
child
hours.
spirit, but this has been so tight the entire time. With
Yeah,
the bomb chew strat for the crystal switch. I don't see that too often.
Gotta go fast. They're pulling out all the stops. You can see it in the way they're rolling they're mashing their A buttons.
I feel like Sponge might feel like he's behind after getting that strength upgrade.
Yeah, that's
That
an interesting
Dompe is
point.
such an early check to lead into the second scale. Or at first scale, theoretically. Like, both, you could have grabbed either one of those really early.
Yeah, good point though, right? Sponge has this item, this strength upgrade. So he might be thinking completely different thoughts than Mario, of just like, oh, all right, where is it? Is it in Child Spirit? It looks like Mario gonna do deeper Child Spirit without that strength upgrade. This could be the deciding factor here. 2
Yeah, we
hours,
never
20
know
minutes
what we're gonna run into on this one.
That's why we're all here. I know that's why I'm here. Every single one of these randomizer seeds can be just as exciting as this.
Is he tricking Skull Mask first, or is he gonna do that? No, he's going back adult. Okay. He picked up the Skull Mask, which...
Always gotta have a backup plan if your Route A doesn't go as planned. Mr. Mario he does very sexy chew setup.
It didn't really work, but he did it anyway. Well, did he get the one on the ledge? Oh, he did. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is
because he fired
big,
2 off.
right? If it's just on the child side of Spirit, and like Silver Gauntlets might logically be required, but they might not be needed. But Mario down to just a couple checks.
Yeah, it could just be a bait of security on this, but we'll see.
Yeah, Sponge going to the denser location. It makes complete sense.
Alright, is this for our Fire Arrow's Way the Hero? Or is it really just going to be the song? It's the song.
Well, it could still be the Silver Rupee Room. Mario pulled out 1 key from Child Spirit so far. Key logic is a mess.
Key logic
There's
is
no telling.
terrible, yeah, but... This is... Oh boy, what horrible way the hero is, if it's the song.
Stick upgrade here on Adult Spirit. I think it depends on the next maybe 3 or 4 checks here in Adult Spirit, especially the climb with the Floor Masters.
Yeah, this next has to be a key on either... Yeah. Otherwise, key logic is messed. You can't... well, it depends on adult side, but...
Either way, these runners really just want their items. They want Dinspire. They want their Boomerang. Light arrows are probably the least of their worries at this point.
By the way, we're just pretending that we know what we're talking about when we talk about Spirit Key Logic, because Nobody understands spirit key logic. These guys don't understand it. They say they do. They pretend to.
Well, so where were our spirits?
Understanding
One was
it's like
on
golf.
Dampe, and one of them was from the scrub. Is that right?
Oh, don't
South
lie,
Hyrule
Mr.
Field?
Martin. You don't understand it either. You just understand it slightly better than everyone else.
That strength upgrade being available so early really gives you access to adult spirit, and there's 3 locks on that. Child has access to 2 locks.
Yeah.
Really, think we're gonna get all of our keys, so very likely that those fire arrows are gonna be a good candidate. But Mario not far behind. But I think the Salty Sponge has ever so slight edge.
Yeah, so it's looking from how this is set up now that it is in fact Way of the Hero, Song of Storms for Kek.
Now, given that they still have 2 dungeons to go through, 3 if you count the bottom of the well Way of the Hero, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. Mario is a great runner. He seeded higher than the Salty Sponge here for qualifiers. It's really close here, folks.
Oh, absolutely. And I would not be surprised if Mr. Mario pulls a few surprising little plays here. With the silvers, you mentioned before, GTG still has 2 known item checks left in it. That might be worth going for him if he doesn't want to do spirit.
The problem is the density of spirit, I think, is just too great to escape.
Yeah, but it's a time commitment, but both are.
He's done half of it. This one also doing those checks.
Spirit is dense. It is easy to get to, but you're at the 2.5 hour mark here. So, what are you feeling as a runner? What do you feel like your opponent has done already? How far do you think they might have done it? Like, you have to think about your setup so far on where you found things and how likely it is someone else did it. So, it's a
I think at this point, given that they're kind of last locationing things, they have to play to the confidence of their ability. They have to finish the seed as fast as they can, and if their opponent finishes before them, they're most likely gonna dot forfeit, say GG's, and good luck next round. Hope to see for some redemption in a rematch, but
it's a very likely rematch.
at this point, I think they're saying, all right, it's either close or one of us is gonna be screaming ahead. There's the light arrows, though, from the Salty Sponge here on Adult Spirit. So, we're not done. Bottom of the well does not have progression towards light arrows.
So, progression towards Boomerang. It's either Boomerang or access to Boomerang.
Yeah, our Boomerang is either soggy or it's in the Light Trials or in OGC Fairy. But there's Fire Salty Sponge pole vaulting into the lead.
Yeah,
Mario,
that's huge.
Mario too far behind, I think, in spirit. But it's going to be close. Shadow Temple is long. Still got to do the Rudo navigation through Jabu Jabu.
Yeah, it's This is going to come down to some serious execution on Mr. Mario's part. We'll have to see.
And I think as well, Salty Sponge will have to help out with some poor execution on his part. Not something they're well known for. Salty Sponge, very accomplished speedrunner here in the Ocarina of Time rando community.
Oh yeah, he's just been so consistent and so good this entire time. It's not looking good for Mr. Mario at this point, but it's still anyone's race. We're not calling GG just yet.
And as mentioned, of course, this is the winner's bracket. The loser is not out of this. Moving down to the loser's bracket, does face off against a formidable opponent. Spoiler alert, their opponent will be FMZ Gun, who very recently has taken out Season 3 champion. It's a very exciting race to watch, but it will certainly be a challenge for the loser of this match. But again, they will not be out of the Season 4 tournament.
Yeah, they very well could find themselves in the finals. It won't be an easy run. No matter who moves on, the next opponents all the way down the line are incredible runners. The winner of this has to take on Pink Kitty Rose, which has just been she's just been dominant this entire bracket, all the way, and not just the bracket, even in the qualifiers was just consistently playing out top finishes there.
But do we want to get a bet going for the chat? Pretty likely that the boomerang is in the bottom of the well. But we could give our chatters an opportunity to guess its precise position. And of course, it could be positioned precisely in the light trials.
Dins is in the mirror shield chest. So
Yep, the right...
Mr. Mario will get it quite soon, but...
And right after light arrows, too.
You gotta be a little bit more specific than light trial. You gotta say which of the chests in light trial.
I think you don't have to.
Well, there's very few locations left for people to bet on here. So let's be a little bit more specific. You got the faces of the clock, so... You got the center, you got the ZL check, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but at this point, 2 hours, 30 minutes in, these runners gotta be feeling behind. The answer to the seed wasn't locked deep in logic. Dampe digging, leading us to our golden scale, leading us to strength 2. It's actually probably strength 1, and the one we got in GTG was supposed to be the second one in logic, but these guys don't care about that. Salty Sponge isn't too far ahead, has not even reached the halfway mark of the Shadow Temple before Mr. Mario is jumping inside. It's gonna be a close one.
Yeah, this is pure execution on from this point on for this temple. So if there's going to be any catch-up, it's going to be either misplay by Sponge or some next-level movement from Mr. Mario.
Yeah, or bottom of the well routing, right? We need to go into the bottom of the well. We could go left, we could go right, we could go straight to the center and play Zelda's Lullaby. We could drop straight to the basement and do that chest.
Yeah, that actually is the consideration. It could come down to a gamble on which direction you go in the well, and
yeah, maybe the bubble knocks you into a hole, and it's not a bad thing in the end.
Maybe the consideration comes up. If you pick up golden gauntlets in bottom of the well, early. Do you continue
Oh.
clearing bottom of the well, or do you go to light trial?
Yeah. It's gonna come down to the wire here.
We have no idea, and that's what makes Randomizer so entertaining to watch. Oh, MrMario doesn't get the extra hit, but that's okay.
Yeah. I think, right, if I were in this race and I was feeling behind and I was in the mood to make the gutsy play, dead hand would be like the one check I skip. You know, it's just not the easiest fight.
He needed
And
the key.
I would have lost.
Yeah, it
SaltySponge
hurts.
finds our Giant's wallet.
That skipping that check wouldn't have been too terrible if they had Ferrer's win, but we still get
Yeah.
to find that. Because, of course, we had early magic, so why would we have Ferrer's win at any point during this race? Magic literally 10 minutes in, we had it, so...
Got almost all our warp songs pretty early. I mean, two of the nicest ones right off the bat.
I was exaggerating with the 10 minutes, but yeah, it was really early, so... There are situations where Giant's Wallet is considered in logic required. If you need Central Pillar in Water Temple, but no logical access to the Zora Tunic, it is considered. As well as the Boss Key chest. There is also a very, very unlikely but possible scenario where you need to buy blue fire to defrost King Zora, which is behind 300 rupees.
Yeah, even more unlikely given our earlier access to Ganon's castle here in Season 4.
Yeah, Ganon's castle does give a source of blue fire, so that's very unlikely. You would need to have a bottle and 2 wallets before getting 2 medallions. Shoot the Sun has not been checked, but we have no long shot, so it doesn't really make any sense to check it.
Yeah. Yeah, just about in the death throes of the seed. Fittingly, we are in the Shadow Temple.
Although, our runners probably should have checked shoot this... Well, I guess not.
Oh, and what a great place for Nehru's love.
Yeah.
Do you know why that's such a great place?
Why is that such a great place?
Because the TheSaltySponge is just about to board the Shadow Temple's Tunnel of Love.
Oh, very good point.
You must have not got the liner notes before the restream. I apologize for that.
I'm sorry, my bad.
But we here on ZSR, we've set up these runners with two each. Each of these runners get 2 dates that we've set them up with. Let's see how the TheSaltySponge reacts to date number 1 here on the Shadow Temple Tunnel of Love. Contestant number 1 does enjoy long moonlit strolls on the beach.
Yeah, he's taken
fan.
two extraneous ones this round, so...
Might be a good matchup. TheSaltySponge does not appear to be too enthused.
No. Now, for our second round of dating, we decided to spice it up a little bit and enter 2 contestants at once.
Oh. Uh-oh. I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication, but perhaps date number 2 just standing up the Salty Sponge doesn't feel very good. But maybe it's for the best. Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
He'll have to come back next season.
Making excellent progress. His boat ride over. He's got his key though. What's he looking for?
I do not know.
I guess you never know when the seed's gonna throw that curveball at you.
Is he expecting a bait Way of the Hero?
I think possibly. Let's see if Mario can maybe dodge these last 3 checks.
Oh, he's looking for the
that's
boss
what.
key. Okay. That would make sense.
Better than
Normally
both
we're
of
seeing
us.
those picked up very soon.
Yeah, chat's smarter than us too.
Yeah. I'm so used to seeing boss key like right where Mr. Mario is right now.
I'm so used to seeing it like 1 or 2 checks in. Just forget about that one.
It's always a small key holding you up, and you wind up checking every back room.
Yeah, why don't we have a big boss key icon, Rando devs? I think that's going in hashtag suggestions in the Discord next. And then within the next hour.
Seems like a good idea.
Mr. Mario about halfway through the Shadow Temple. But Salty Sponge continuing with his dominating lead.
And this whole race has just come down to Dompe and checking that stupid lab dive. I can't believe it.
It's taken them all sorts of places. Remember, we saw, 5-10 minutes in, a major divergence. Mr. Mario going up Death Mountain Trail after Adult Kakariko, getting his butter knife on little Link the Goron, taking him into the Deku Tree right away. Meanwhile, the Salty Sponge kind of prioritizing those song checks. You went from the Graveyard to, I think it was Minuet to Bolero of Fire to get those song checks. Somewhere either along the way or not too long afterwards, he got that adult's wallet and just beelined it for that carpet salesman and just busted the logic out of the water. Somehow we got a couple of similar plays. They were in Domain at the same time. We got a double Fire Temple, a little bit of double Shadow and Spirit, but very different routes.
Yeah, and yet it all converged at one point where they did pretty much all the same exact checks, even in the extraneous dungeons.
Yep, there was a point where it could have gone either way if they had just routed in Dampe digging a little bit earlier.
And with an early Sun Song, it's surprising that it wasn't touched on, but that horrible Nocturne location being Ice Cavern just made it that much worse.
Looks like Mr. Mario is going with the pacifist route. He's not lashing out at these contestants we've set him up with. But no harm, no foul.
Yep, Date 2 just falls right off.
Well, the Salty Sponge has received his Song of Storms. And I hope everyone has got their guesses in chat as to every single location in the bottom of the well. I hope someone has claimed it. All in very good contention for the location of our boomerang. Dead Hand has kidnapped Lord Banana this seed. Or maybe it was Steve.
Could be Steve.
Mr. Mario also skipping out on that Floor Master chest.
Yeah, nothing to check. There's really nothing it could be.
Yeah, I'm just kind of commenting that he's staying in the moment. He's not forgetting, he's not letting the adrenaline get the best of him or the time. We're approaching 3 hours. This was part of a random settings league event. We would have had or be approaching a mandatory break for everybody.
No such thing here. This is endurance for everyone. You're stuck. So let's see the routing that Sponge takes. He
opening up that front hole, going left.
Okay, skipping the first invisible wall chest. Just getting a key.
I think that's the compass chest in vanilla. Bongo down. Blink and you miss it.
That would be hysterical, Subsly. I was just thinking that possibility is there, but because no one shot the sun, so we don't know what's on that.
Yeah, I think that's an impossibility.
I don't think it is.
No, if we get long shot in here.
Long shot in here, strength of 3, strength 3 on shoot the sun, and then boomerang in strength in light trial.
All right. Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, it's logical. It's awful. It's terrible. It'd be hysterical.
Salty Sponge picking up 2 small keys so far here in the well. Mr. Mario has acquired his access to the Burning Kakariko cutscene. They are so close, but so far away from each other. Oh, God damn you.
Oh boy. Oh, will memes be dreams or will they become real? Oh, yes.
Like,
oh,
the
yeah.
actual fuck. Always forget the long shot.
Oh,
there it is. All hail Lord Banana. Looks like he was put to rest prematurely.
That's so upsetting, but yeah.
But alas, he lives. He lives again.
So it looks like, yeah, that's full on go mode for Salty Sponge. He knows everything he needs to do. It's just pure execution at this point.
As we comb over, did anyone guess the bottom of the well coffin key? If you did, you won absolutely nothing. Can Mario route a faster direction there, you think?
I think it's very unlikely that he does. The coffin room is such an annoying check to go. Like, you wouldn't think to ever do the coffin first.
Certainly
it's
not.
Just a terrible check to, like, if it was, say, on the right side of the maze, the right side of the loop, and doing that first, I could totally see him grabbing that first.
I have seen some people, rush to the Zelda's Lullaby spot, open that up, then do that left bombable one, and then route in coffin that direction. We'll have to see. Gomo Jabu feels awfully nice for any Salty Sponge fans.
You still have to essentially 100% the dungeon. There's nothing you can really skip, but...
Just opening up those chests.
That's so minimal, but yeah. Oh, he misses... He misses the phlegm nodule.
Lem nodule.
I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like a uvula I've seen. I mean, mine's not yellow. I don't know about
man.
yours.
I don't know how many uvulas I've ever seen. But looks like not quite the same route. Unfortunately, also doesn't look like a faster route through the bottom of the well.
No, not going to be too much faster. I can't believe that these heroes have done pretty much the exact same checks, considering how divergent their routes were and at the beginning, and how useless two of the dungeons that they went into were. If you think about it, if either one of these runners decide not to do Deep Fire or Stone Forest, they'd be finished by now. It would just be over.
I mean, Mr. Mario could have also opted to not go back to GTG. That was a, you know, an effort in time that didn't really pay off with anything.
Or actually use those iron boots at the lab and done an out of logic hookshot dive. Neither of our runners decided to do that.
Yeah, if you had a spoiler log Race of the Sea, that might be pretty interesting. I think you might be able to cut the first place finishers' time in half. There's the ugly long shot from Mr. Mario, just thinking, oh god.
Please don't be that.
Can't
Please don't be that.
It can't be. No, surely it's not.
No Ferraris wins.
Honestly, I can't remember how many times I've seen the boomerang in the coffin like this. Like, right? It's kind of handy to have the boomerang to get the item out of this coffin.
Yeah, it's very unlikely. Like, this is... But... It is a disproportionate amount how much the boomerang is the go mode item.
Oh, for sure,
this season. It's insane how often people are hunting around for the stupid banana.
That has kind of always been the case for Zooter. These dungeons that require multiple items, like Jabu requires boomerang and letter. Spirit Temple requires Strength 2 and the Mirror Shield. Shadow requires Hovers, Dins, and Magic on top of the other, right? Every seed you need the bow. You most likely need the hook shot and Strength 1. So chances are you're always going to have access to Forest Temple. Most of the time you're going to have access to Fire. But these dungeons that have those extra difficult requirements tend to troll you.
Yeah, it seems to be the case.
Then of course there's always those handful of seeds where it's the boomerang that the logic, or not the boomerang, the slingshot that's trolling you. It's like, oh, you need this to beat Queen Goma. No, game, we beat Queen Goma 2 hours ago.
There's 3 slingshots. Why are you putting one here, making them all locked behind that? Really? Go mode 4 time among all runners? That does not seem... That does not seem really right.
Well, if you combine it with those other items, right? Like the Mirror Shield, Long Shot, then it's more frequently. But specifically the boomerang.
Long shot, hook shot, but more trolly than hovers. That's really interesting, Tannerin.
It seems like Tannerin is the behind-the-scenes Season 4 data analyst. Very glad to have you in the chat.
Long shot was bottom of the well.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, bottom of the well held more than just the boomerang. Very nice phase 1 Baronade fight for the Salty Sponge. Their race to lose. A full Jabu Jabu's belly ahead, and there is Baronade down.
And being a child, you're gonna have to warp to Temple of Time anyway, so you're just gonna get the key. Not gonna have any of those situations where people save warp and then forget and go all the way up, and then like, oh wait a minute, I forgot to get the key.
Yeah, thankfully that has not happened. Wish that trauma on anybody.
I have casted a race where that has happened. It was a weekly, but it did happen.
Right. I meant like a tournament.
Yeah.
Thing.
Actually, was it a tournament? It might have been qualifier. I can't remember exactly. I've done a lot of these now, so
They all blend together after a while. Except that one race, that one weekly where you beat Marco or something.
So it doesn't look like we're going to sub 3, but we're going to be very close to it. We've done all the way up to the Stalfos in the tower already, checked the validation chest, so there's not much else for standing in the way of Sponge taking the W here.
Yep, and there's not much else Zooter going on here on ZSR today. But there is a match again tomorrow and Tuesday, and as well, the Random Settings League Finals will take place Tuesday and possibly Wednesday if a third or a second finals match is required. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Oh, it's going to be so exciting.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you, Joe, here for Zelda Day. I don't think we've mentioned it here, though, but 35 years ago today, the world was introduced to a little game for the Nintendo Entertainment Console known as The Legend of Zelda.
And I wouldn't want to be celebrating it any other way right now. Well, except playing Breath of the Wild 2, but we don't get that.
No. I couldn't agree with you more.
I think it's a good opportunity for people to go back and play that first game, though, if you have the chance.
Yeah, that game or your favorite game, any of the randomizer programs that are out there and available to randomize said amazing game. But your favorite streamer is sure to be streaming some Zelda today, and if not, you should yell at them about that.
Sponge is making his way up the stairs. He didn't say his items yet, but he's all set and ready to go to And this... When did he pick up the... I don't remember getting the big Goron sword. When was that? Did I look away for a second ago and like...
Yeah, that was in shadow about quarter of the way in.
Okay, I just blanked on that
made our
one.
final couple bosses a little easier. Very nice phase 1 for Mr. Mario.
Yeah, and he gets the one cycle.
Yeah, both of them. Saw TheSaltySponge storing up the big Goron sword damage, crouch damage with his hammer, and then a very awesome Baronade fight from Mr. Mario. But here we are, 2 hours, 59 minutes in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been one hell of a ride. But here's Ganon. Shouldn't be much of a challenge for the TheSaltySponge. He's been in this position a couple times.
I think he might have beaten him once or twice before, so I think he knows what he's doing here.
Should have stored up the Master Sword damage in a jump slash, that being the optimal weapon to damage the pig. And then crouch stab with the sword to inflict that damage.
Because even though you don't have the sword, he's still vulnerable to that damage.
Yep, and despite the fiery barrier being dispelled, Princess Zelda still stands helplessly beside.
Well, she had to stay there and prevent anything from happening to the sword, right? Like, you never know.
Right,
Someone could
those
just show
waves.
up. They could just steal the sword while you're looking away.
Yeah, that kid in the graveyard is kind of a jerk. But there, the pig is down just after the 3-hour mark. Princess Zelda lending her hands, her magical essence to the Master Sword.
All right, Sponge. Skewer that pig! Get your GGs ready, everyone.
Knives and plates ready. Who's hungry for bacon?
I'm aching for some bacon.
So with that, we will declare the TheSaltySponge moving on to winner's bracket, round number 4. Mr. Mario dropping down to the loser's bracket has a tough opponent ahead of him. But we will hope to get them here in the commentator's booth as we are joined by one Jimbo69, also known as the TheSaltySponge.
Hello.
GG. Quite the race.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It definitely was.
So close.
Yeah, he's climbing up the tower right now, right? Yeah.
Yep.
on Route
Yes,
2.
sir.
Yeah, I knew that as soon as he didn't finish at around the 230 mark that this was going to be close, because he's probably doing the exact same stuff as me.
Yep.
It's
'Cause
astounding how much you guys lined up in very similar ways during this race. Lots of divergence early on, but you kind of met up later on, did a couple cross-time handshakes as well. Mr. Mario, thank you for joining us as well.
Hello. GG Sponge.
GG, Mario.
Yeah, it's not over for you guys, but take us through that seed. You didn't have to do any all dungeons nonsense. One of your stones was hinted barren, but you ended up
Barely.
having to go into your other 2 stone dungeons.
Yo, you have no idea how happy I was to see Water Baron. It's
Water
S4,
Stone
dude.
Baron. Oh, man.
We love Waterstone. Let's go.
We love Waterstone. And Baron is
Um,
just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the first interesting divergences we saw from Adult Cac, Mr. Mario went up and got that Kukuri sword almost right away, cleared out Deku Tree. Salty Sponge, we saw you make a beeline almost as soon as you got that wallet for that carpet salesman.
Yep. That was the plan.
Plan all along and don't look back, huh?
Yep. I was basically, as soon as I got the wallet, I'm like, okay, I'm buying shoes 100%. So I'm not going to go anywhere that would be better if I had bomb shoes. So, like, no Hyrule
Very
Field,
nice.
no Valley Lake. Like, I mean, I'll do Lake because I have Serenade, but pretty much it was just, I'm going to route as direct to these shoes as I can. And then, like, I'm not going to do Child Spirit. Yeah, that was pretty much the plan.
Yeah, I definitely
Very
routed
interesting.
indirectly towards the choose. Because I did, like, I got the hammer in my child segment, and then
Yep.
when I was adult, I just decided to clean up all of Hyrule Field and then go forwards to GTG, and the hover's placement, oh my god. That was insane.
Yeah, that was an interesting call, right? You didn't even do the Song of Time checks in your first pass through.
Well, I couldn't because I didn't have explosives.
Yeah, you need to blow up the
Oh,
beam
that
off.
door's locked. That's right.
Yeah.
I often forget about that detail.
You'd have to go all the way around to get to it.
Yeah, but you know, Mario, it kind of paid off for you by the time you guys got to the Fire Temple. Let me tell you, the Salty Sponge was in there first. He got to the boss key, but he was fighting Volvagia, you know, the vanilla strat. He didn't want to use those precious shoes. He hadn't gone to Ice Cavern. Mario had already been to Ice Cavern. He had those bomb shoes. So Mario ended up finishing off the dragon. And, you know, that was the kind of the point where we're looking for Din's Fire. We got that bottom of the well way the hero outstanding. And it's, you know, at that point it was super close. And if you just, someone routed in Dampe a little sooner, it would have been over that much quicker.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anywhere, right? So
Yeah.
at that point, it was just basically luck.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean, I
also
knew.
really. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just, but like, I knew as soon as I got the scale on Dampe, I'm like, oh, like, you cheeky little seed. You threw a scale in Hyrule Field. You're gonna do this to me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
it
was
was
about to interrupt with, is that you got those silver gauntlets on your first trip into Spirit Temple. Mario got those silvers after clearing out Child Spirit. It was also a tense moment.
Ah, okay. I see.
Was that playing into your head at all, Sponge? Like, all right, should I stay here in Child Spirit if it's just on the Child Spirit side and we're neck and neck?
Nah, if it's on the Child Spirit side, I lose at that point because Mario's definitely, he would have done it earlier. That's the way I was thinking about it.
I definitely
so,
didn't, but yeah.
Yeah.
Neck and neck through that Child Spirit side almost.
Yeah, it was. You were synced up at that point.
Yeah, so Mario got out of the Fire Temple a little bit ahead of you, but then, you know, through that child cleanup, Mario kind of got into the Spirit Temple later. And then without Strength 2, so he ended up clearing that whole thing out, and Sponge was the first to Din's Fire and running from there.
Yep, that was pretty much it. Whoever found the silvers in Lab Dive first was probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Which
I was-
was a little odd because I think, Mr. Mario, you had Iron Boots when you went there before to set your song. To set Scarecrow, I believe.
No.
You didn't? Oh, I thought you did.
I did Adult Lake on my way to GTG, and then that's when I picked up Iron Boots.
Ah, okay.
So I basically never had a reason to go back unless it was for that one outstanding check. And I was thinking about it, like, I might want to go before doing child cleanup because then I wouldn't have to go back to adult and then go to Shadow Temple. But yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah, it
I was
was,
kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping that it was gonna be on Rang Chest, so we would both last location it. But
And then literally,
Yeah.
like seconds before Sponge found that long shot, Joe here is like, Oh, you know what? It could be on Shooting the Sun.
It's on. Yeah, I was not convinced.
I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Like,
Neither of you decided to shoot it, even with the early bow and early serenade. You didn't check it at all.
Yeah.
Not really a point without long shot anyway. So
yeah, it's a long cutscene.
But
I was
yeah,
in the same boat as you, Mario. I was thinking about like, okay, like how the heck can you get this your first trip in Lake? And the only thing I can think of
you
is
don't.
like you have long shot and you don't need Scarecrow for Fortress Roof, like, or you just go without Scarecrow because you're a mad lad. Like, I don't think Mario is not gonna go to Fortress without Scarecrow. So I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
Actually,
Kind
I did go
Funny
to
that you
Fortress
say
the
that.
first time
Oh
without
my
Scarecrow.
god.
So what happened was, because Mario got Kokiri's sword, he full cleared Deku almost immediately and got a bonus on. So he just rushed to Fortress right after that.
And plus the
Oh
hammer.
no.
Yeah, I didn't get hookshot until very late. So
Ah, okay. So then you just grabbed hovers and it's like, oh cool, I can
Yep.
get rooftop chest now.
basically, I was like, "What is going on?"
It didn't even occur to me that was a possibility until like literally right now. So
It was a 50-50 for that horseback archery being the way of the hero in Fortress. So
oh, I was
Yeah.
sweating the whole time. I'm like, if it's just on 1000 HPA, like, I guess
Yeah, I
I'm just
was
gonna put
betting
my
on the
hands
other
up and shrug
50-50.
my shoulders.
Yeah, but you're Salty Sponge, you're moving on to winner's bracket number 4. How does that feel?
Pretty good. I'm very proud of the way I played today, to be honest. And I think that it's going to be a really fun race to watch back. And I don't know, I'm excited to continue moving forward. This is the deepest I've ever gotten in winner's bracket in a season tournament. So I'm very excited.
Awesome, good to hear. And Mario, you're not out of it. Just bumping down to the loser bracket, but tough opponent ahead. Spoilers, that will be FMZ Gun. Took out Season 3's champion just this last week.
Yeah, I literally just pulled up the challenge and saw that. I need to watch that race. I need to know what happened.
that's gotta go back on.
But yeah, I'm excited. FMZ is a very strong opponent, definitely, as shown by him taking out Bono. But yeah, I'm excited, and that'll be a hype match, hopefully.
Sponge, you're taking on Pink Kitty Rose. So how do you feel about that matchup?
I mean, she plays every day. There's definitely a factor there where, because I mean, I play every day, and I think that definitely helps me, so it definitely helps her too. So yeah, it should be very competitive.
Looking forward to seeing both those matches
Here's
on
the response from Pink Kitty Rose in
schedule.
chat. All right.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that'll do us here if no one has any final comments.
Alright then. Alright, so GG's to our runners. Thank you so much to... oh boy, my brain right now. TheSaltySponge, MrMario7788. Thank you to our commentators, August 40th, and Joe dies at the end. And, of course, thank you to our attractors, K Next Door and Purple. Everyone did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. That was a fun race to watch. Coming up on Zelda Speedruns today, in an hour, we have a Skyward Sword Randomizer tournament match between myself and 64-Bit Link, and I am not going to do well, so, yeah. And then at 3 a.m., that's tonight or tomorrow morning, however you want to look at that, 3 a.m. Eastern Time, we have a Twilight Princess 80% tournament. Round 1 between Cactus and Dean Machine 42. And then tomorrow, Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we have another Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 4 match between Riley and Phoenix Feather. So,
Oh boy.
oh yeah, yeah.
Let's go, Riley! Get your Riley 23 Richards in chat if you haven't.
We're hype here for those.
Oh, heck yeah. So with that, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!
See ya.